Hey everybody out there in Vortex land, I'm Trey.
I'm Ricky.
And we're here to show all of you guys who are still working with these ancient classic hand wraps how to do them properly so that we can expedite that hand wrapping time and get you in class as soon as possible. So you need a standard 180-inch wrap and you need one hand. Okay? So the most important thing is to keep the wrist straight the entire time. We should have a straight line from elbow to the fingertip. Make sure that wrist is straight and make sure that you are holding those hands out painfully wide and those fingers spread as much as possible the entire time. Thumb loop goes right over the top of the thumb. We always use the base of the thumb as the point of reference. So we've got 2, 2, 1, 1. What that means is 2 times around the wrist, 2 times around the knuckle, once around the thumb, and once more around the wrist. The first step is 2, 2, 1, 1. Always starting at the base of the thumb. We start over the wrist every time. We go 2 times around the wrist, come back to the base of the thumb. Keep them spread for me, Ricky. Thank you. 2 times around the knuckle, come back to the base of the thumb. 1 time around the thumb, and then 1 more around the wrist, coming back to the base of the thumb. 2, 2, 1, and 1. The next part is called finger wrist, which means once through the finger, around the wrist, next finger around the wrist, last finger around the wrist. Again, always using the base of the thumb as your reference. Finger, come back to the base of the thumb, around the wrist. Finger, base of the thumb, around the wrist. Last finger, base of the thumb, and around the wrist. 2, 2, 1, 1. Then we got finger, wrist, finger, wrist. The last part is called crisscross, and we're just going to make an X with the wrap until the wrap is done. Going once across the knuckles, twice if you need that extra knuckle tendon stability, but we're going to go crisscrossing for the last part. So we make a diagonal underneath, and we just crisscross, making an X. We're going to do it again, diagonal, underneath. This is the part where we're going to pull it tight over the knuckles. Tight fist for me, Ricky. You want to pull it tight across those knuckles. Make sure we're stabilizing those tendons. That's how we prevent hand injuries. Open them back up for me. Good. And go right back to crisscrossing. We'll go once back over for good measure. Tight fist. Pull it tight. Let it out. Thank you. Then we go back to crisscrossing until the wrap is done. As soon as you get about this much slack left in it, you're going to come back over the wrist and just wrap it back around that wrist. Make sure it's tight. That Velcro should be right there on top. And that's a wrap.